Look at this illustration. As soon as you eat food, digestive process begins with your teeth breaking down the food. Enzymes in your saliva then start the chemical digestion. From there, the food travels down the esophagus to the stomach, where the acidic breakdown continues. Next, the food moves into the small intestine, which acts like an ultimate sorting machine, absorbing nutrients and delivering them where they're needed. Finally, the remaining material moves to the large intestine, which reabsorbs water and handles waste elimination through excretion. And that's where the process of digestion ends. Did you know that it takes about 24-72 hours for food to make its complete journey through your digestive tract? Here is the checklist for today's video. Firstly, we will explain what the digestive system is. Then, we're going to take you on an eye-opening journey through your digestive system, step by step. This includes ingestion, digestion, absorption, and excretion. You learn about the critical roles each organ plays, such as an intestine, liver, pancreas, and other organs. Some unexpected insights about what happens to the food you eat, and even surprising facts about how your gut impacts your overall health in ways you may never have imagined. Why is digestion so important? Let's start by answering a simple question. Why do we even need a digestive system? The main purpose of digestion is to break down food into smaller molecules that our bodies can use for energy, growth, and repair. Overview of the digestive process. The entire journey through the digestive system can be broken down into four key stages, including ingestion, digestion, absorption, and excretion. Ingestion, which is called eating; digestion, which is called breaking down food; absorption, which is called taking nutrients into the blood; excretion, which is called getting rid of waste. I have divided all above four key stages into 7 steps so that you can better understand the digestive system. Let's explore each of these steps one by one in detail. Step 1: Ingestion. Here the journey begins. The digestive process starts the moment food enters your mouth. This process is called ingestion. It consists of mouth, teeth, tongue, and saliva. Let me tell you their functions one by one. Mouth and teeth. Your mouth is the gateway to your digestive system. Here, the teeth play a big role by chewing food into smaller pieces, making it easier to digest. This process is called mechanical digestion. Saliva. But that's not all. Your mouth also releases saliva, which contains enzymes like amylase. Amylase starts breaking down carbohydrates in your food right there in your mouth. Think of saliva as your body's first digestive juice. This breakdown is called chemical digestion. As you chew, the food gets mixed with saliva, forming something called a bolus. Bolus is basically a ball of softened food that's ready to be swallowed. Step 2: Swallowing and esophagus. This is known as the food highway. After you've chewed your food thoroughly, it's time to swallow. This takes the bolus from your mouth to your esophagus. Now, you might be thinking, what is an esophagus? Esophagus is a muscular tube that connects your throat to your stomach. Here, peristalsis occurs. Now, you might be thinking, what is peristalsis? Peristalsis. Here's where a cool action takes place. The muscles in your esophagus contract in a wave-like motion to push the bolus down toward the stomach. It's almost like a conveyor belt that keeps things moving in one direction. Let's move on to the step 3: Stomach. This is known as the churning chamber. Once the food reaches the stomach, things get a little more intense. Gastric juices. The stomach is a muscular organ that secretes gastric juices. These gastric juices include hydrochloric acid, HCl, and enzymes like pepsin. They all help break down proteins. The stomach's acidic environment is so strong that it can even kill harmful bacteria that might be in your food. Churning action. The stomach muscles also churn and mix the food with digestive juices, turning it into a thick, soupy mixture called chyme. Imagine it like a blender that combines solid food with liquid until it's a smooth mixture, ready to move on. The process in the stomach can take several hours depending on what you ate. Fats take longer to digest than carbohydrates. That's why a heavy meal can sometimes make you feel full for a long time. Here is the step for small intestine. This is known as the absorption powerhouse. Next, the chyme moves into the small intestine, and this is where most of the magic happens. Three sections. The small intestine is divided into three parts: the duodenum, jejunum, and ileum. Each section has its role, but the main function of the small intestine is digestion and absorption. Digestive enzymes and bile. You can see this is the duodenum, and this is the liver, and this is pancreas. Digestive enzymes from the pancreas and bile from the liver are added in the duodenum. These pancreatic enzymes continue breaking down carbohydrates, proteins, and fats, while bile helps emulsify fats. Do you know what the emulsification of fats is? This is a process in which large lipid globules are broken down into several small lipid globules, essentially for easier digestion. Nutrient absorption. The walls of the small intestine are lined with villi and microvilli. Villi are tiny, finger-like projections that increase the surface area for absorption. Nutrients from your food, like amino acids, glucose, and fatty acids, they are absorbed into the bloodstream through these villi and transported to the cells of your body where they're needed. Did you know that the small intestine is around 20 feet long? Imagine all that space dedicated to making sure your body gets every bit of nutrition from what you eat. Step 5: liver, gallbladder, and pancreas. These are known as the digestive helpers. The liver, gallbladder, and pancreas play vital supporting roles in digestion. Let me explain some of their functions one by one. Number 1, liver. The liver produces bile. This bile helps digest fats. It also plays a key role in detoxifying the blood and processing the nutrients absorbed in the small intestine. For more details on liver, I have created a detailed lecture on it. You can watch the video by visiting my channel. Number 2, gallbladder. The gallbladder stores bile produced by the liver and releases it into the small intestines when needed. Number 3, pancreas. The pancreas releases enzymes that aid in digesting carbohydrates, proteins, and fats. It also produces insulin. Insulin is a hormone that helps regulate blood sugar levels. If there's a problem here, then a person can have a condition known as diabetes mellitus. I have created a detailed lecture on diabetes. You can watch it by visiting my channel. Step 6: large intestine. This is called the final stretch. After the small intestine has done its work, what's left over moves into the large intestine or colon. Water absorption. The main job of the large intestine is to absorb water and electrolytes from the undigested food. This process helps turn what's left into a more solid form known as feces. Gut bacteria. The large intestine is also home to a community of gut bacteria that help break down certain fibers and produce some vitamins, like vitamin K and certain B vitamins. These bacteria are crucial for maintaining a healthy digestive system. Step 7: rectum and anus. This is called the waste removal. Finally, the waste material, now in the form of feces, is stored in the rectum until it's ready to eliminate it from the body through the anus. This is the final stage of digestion known as excretion, and this marks the end of the digestive system. Common digestive system issues. Now that we've covered how the digestive system works, let's take a look at some common problems people might face. Number 1, acid reflux. It is also known as heartburn. This occurs when stomach acid backs up into the esophagus. It usually happens if the lower esophageal sphincter is weak or relaxed. Esophageal sphincter is the muscle that closes off the esophagus from the stomach. Number 2, constipation. This happens when the large intestine absorbs too much water from the waste. making it hard to pass. Staying hydrated and eating enough fiber can help prevent constipation. Number 3, irritable bowel syndrome IBS. This is a condition that affects the large intestine and can cause cramping, bloating, gas, diarrhea, and constipation. It's often managed through diet and lifestyle changes. I have created a detailed lecture on IBS. You can watch this video by visiting my channel. Fun facts about the digestive system. Let's wrap up with some fun and interesting facts about the digestive system. Number 1, longest part. The small intestines is the longest part of the digestive system, about 20 feet long. Number 2, amount of saliva. Your mouth produces about 1 to 1.5 liters of saliva every day to help break down food. Number 3, time to digest. On average, it takes about 24 to 72 hours for food to pass through the entire digestive tract. Question of the day: which is the longest part of the alimentary canal? Only a genius can answer in the comments below. If you would like to watch my other lectures on topics like the lungs, kidneys, liver, brain, and eyes, visit my channel to view my other videos.